What do you know? What do you know? Tell y'all what I know. My first day as a Landstar BCO is coming to an end. And if this day is a sign of things to come, this is going to be a long, rough road. I hope it gets better. It's got to get better. But today was kind of brutal. Just to kind of sum it up, and then I'll kind of tell y'all. I was dispatched on, I'm on my 4th load right now, and I finally got a load behind me. End of the day, been dispatched now on 4 loads in one day, and I finally got a load behind my truck. So, to kind of I'll try to sum it up the best I can without dragging this out. But, so I didn't get dispatched on a trailer till Friday afternoon. And this is Monday. So, Friday afternoon, and it's well after lunchtime whenever they finally gave me a trailer to go get. Now, fortunately, it wasn't very far from my house. I went and got the trailer. I wanted to make sure that my trailer was good before I started booking freight. So I got there to pick up my trailer. Everything's all good. Trailer's good. Tires are good. Lights are all good. 120 days inspection is still like a month out, so I've got time. So all right. So I jumped on the load board, started looking for something that I could pick up Monday morning because it was Mother's Day weekend. I didn't want to leave right away. So I wanted to stay home for the weekend and then just start the week off fresh. Load board was pretty bare. There was a few things coming out of Oklahoma City, but nothing really great. I debated on just waiting till Monday morning and trying to book something. But I did find a little short hop from Oklahoma City down to Tyler, Texas, that I thought was pretty decent. So I booked it. Monday morning rolls around. Now, granted, Friday I book it. I never got the rate con on Friday. Now, it did get dispatched to me through the Landstar system. So I did have all the addresses and all that stuff on it, but I never received the rate con on it. So Monday rolls around, I'm pre-tripping, getting ready. Where I'm going to pick this up is not very far from where I park at, so I was all right, I'll start heading that way, and if I don't have my rate con by the time I get there, I'll contact the customer, or the agent, I guess. So about halfway there, I did receive the rate con. Confirmed everything. It was all good. Kept rolling to the shipper. Get to the shipper. There's a state of confusion when I get there. Nobody knows why I'm there. They're making phone calls, trying to figure out why I'm there. Long story short, come to find out the load had canceled like Friday. So now I'm sitting here Monday morning with a canceled load, and now I'm back on load board trying to find somewhere to go. So I'm not too far from the TA around the corner because I was just kind of, this place was little. It was, and that is something I am going to realize, or I've already started to realize, is a lot of these Landstar shippers and customers and stuff are going to be quite a bit smaller facilities than what I'm used to. So anyway, I felt like I was in the way, so I went around the corner to the TA, parked up there, called on a couple of loads. The first couple of loads I called on were already covered. Found another load from Oklahoma City going down to Houston. Wasn't real crazy about it, but I could make it work. So the rate on it was pretty decent. So I call, everything's good on it. Agent confirms everything with me. We go through all the information, everything sounds good. I book it. Waiting on the rate con to come through, waiting on the dispatch to come through. I probably waited about 30 minutes or so. I pick up the phone and call the agent. I'm like, hey man. And he's like, man, I apologize, I was super busy. I got a lot going on. He says, I'll send the rate con over to you right now, and then I'll submit the dispatch to Landstar here in a little bit. I said, all right. So he sends the rate con over to me. Now it took, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes for him to finally send the rate con over. But I get the rate con and I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is not right. It's backwards. It's showing Houston, Oklahoma City, and I'm needing Oklahoma City to Houston. So I message him. Let him know, I'm like, hey, this is not correct. It's backwards. Sent him a screenshot of the load that I wanted, so that way he'd have, you know, the load number and all that. He calls me back. He says, I don't understand what's the problem. What's the confusion? And about the time he said that, I think it dawned on him. I think he finally realized what my message said. He says, oh, this is backwards. I said, yeah, the load showed Oklahoma City to Houston, and this is showing Houston to Oklahoma City. He says, yeah, let me make a phone call, call you back. So I sat and I wait and I wait and I wait, and he finally calls me back. And by this time I had probably burned about 2 hours on this whole ordeal, by the time it's all said and done. We're pushing noon now, and he says, man, I apologize, but yeah, that load was loaded onto the load board incorrectly. So it is a load from Houston to Oklahoma City. So he says, I understand that's not going to work for you. I said, yeah, pull me off of it. So he pulled me off of it. So I'm back on the load board looking. So at this point in time, it is now pretty much lunchtime on Monday. So I'm like, all right, there's not really anything good coming out of Oklahoma City today. Let's start looking at maybe something we can pick up Tuesday morning that pays pretty well. So I do some digging. I stretch my search out a little bit, and I find a load out of Wichita going up to Wisconsin. Paid pretty well. It was a direct shipper. Everything looked good on it. I liked it. I called the agent. Everything was good. They take my information. They dispatch me on the load. Picks up Tuesday morning. So I did head from Oklahoma City to Wichita. And I park up at this little bitty independent gas station, because in Wichita there's not really any good places to park. And I get backed into my parking spot, and I no sooner than close my curtains and start pulling some food out, because, you know, I wanted to eat, and I'm trying to get comfy and get situated and call it a day, you know. I no sooner than pull my curtains and start getting situated, phone rings. And it's the agent on the load from Wichita to Wisconsin, telling me that the customer has now pushed the load to Wednesday morning, and asked if I wanted to stay on it or if I wanted to be pulled off of it. And at this point, I've lost an entire day pretty much, and I wasn't fixing to lose another one, so I said, pull me off of it, I'll find something else to do. So I jumped back on the load board. I open my curtains back up. I'm looking, and I find a load that is like 15 miles away from me. It is preloaded. It shows that it has been ready to go. It is a direct shipper. I call the agent on it. Yep, everything's good. And I go get it. I pick it up. I run a little ways down the road, found me a spot to pull over and park for the day. Now, the load is light. The pay for what it is, from Wichita to where it's going, it pays pretty well. Now, you got to remember, I done deadheaded from Oklahoma City all the way up to Wichita. So I've done burned a few miles already today. But this load's going to Lake Charles, Louisiana. Not real crazy about it, but I had to do something about I had to get some money behind this truck, man. I can't just keep driving up and down the highway all day long, and then chances are it might happen again tomorrow. So I was like, I got to take some guaranteed money right now. So that's what I did. Not real thrilled about going to Lake Charles. I'm not real familiar with that area. My experience with dry van, I didn't hardly ever go down that way. So I don't know. We will see. There shows to be a few loads within that area down there. And those loads that are down there, some of them keep me in the area that I want to stay in for right now. I'm not trying to stretch out too far this week. I need to be back home Monday morning at the latest. I got a few things at the house I need to do, and then I'll come back out and run till Memorial weekend. But so yeah, hopefully things get better. But that's how my first day as a BCO went. Wasn't too thrilled with the way the day turned out today. So it is what it is. You know, you just keep on moving and keep on trucking and try to make it up on the back end, I guess. So, but that's where I'm at. First day in the books, almost. It's almost in the books. Fix and close this curtain up and call it a day. But yeah, like always, I appreciate y'all. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.